Hey there, friends and family. It's been a minute, but I'm still here alive, still kicking. Um, I don't know. It's been just kind of a lazy day for me. And it's cold. Ooh, I'm shivering over here. 50 degrees outside. I know it's still springtime, but geez, come on. All right, anyway, for dinner tonight, this will lead to a story, I promise. I had myself a couple of sweet tzatzits from Schnucks, which were tasty. Love them. But my story, my complaint, I guess, for this video, I I have you have to actually go to Schnucks and buy them because they won't come up on the their little app that you can go shopping through, or they don't do it on Instacart either. Because the other day I was thinking, man, it's been a minute since I've had some zizitas. I would like a zizita. Sorry, I'm shivering over here. It's cold. And I thought, man, I could go for some zizitas. So I searched on the Schnucks app and Instacart. All they sell is the loose sausage, not the sausage in the casings. So, and I like the sausage in the casings. So I had to go to Schnucks the other day and buy myself a package of like 5 or 6 of the Sazita in the casings as opposed to like the loose sausage. And of course, I didn't notice. Let's put it that way. I didn't notice that they had any loose sausage, in the cases there where they have all the meats and all that. So it made me laugh. Made me laugh just a little, giggle. But yeah. And another thought, I guess, after going on just stupid, random, crazy things that aren't necessarily driving me crazy. But I figured, you know what? Sorry, I got some bedhead or something going on there. Hey man, it's Saturday night. What do I gotta do? There's nothing I can do. I don't have any place to go or friends to hang out with right now. I don't need to have good hair. If you don't like it, tough. But yeah, I was watching silly videos here on Facebook. Actually, this isn't on Facebook, this is on YouTube, but I was here at home watching silly videos on Facebook. And a video came up about a guy who gained possession of his childhood home from his father. His father, apparently, who didn't want anything to do with him and gave him up for foster care at some point. This is down in Florida. So the guy who, apparently his mother, according to the story, just disappeared, abandoned the family. And then as the child grew up into a young man, apparently a court forced the father to give the deed over to the guy who was about 24, 25, I think, at that point. And he thought, you know what, I'm going to destroy this house, this everything, and was on a backhoe in the backyard tearing up the pool. And then apparently, according to the story, he went over to, dig up the outdoor shower, and water started shooting from the ground. And he's like, what happened? What did I do? And I thought, you hit the water. You know what a shower is, right? Showers clean you with water. That's shower down, hence the name. So it's got water going to it. What you did is you busted the water line going to the outdoor shower. At which point, then they said the guy saw some sheeting, some plastic sheeting, bundled up around something, and he moved the sheeting around. He's like, "It's a coconut. Who would bury a coconut in plastic sheeting?" And I thought, come on, you can't see that and know it's a skull. I mean, even if you don't see it, you're not an expert. Okay, that's fine. But who sees a skull and thinks, "Oh, who somebody buried a coconut"? But yeah, apparently that was his mom's skull. I guess the dad had killed her And I don't know if they had one to then build a pool or just built the outdoor shower, but buried her in the outdoor shower. And it's just one of those things that made me wonder, huh? Um, Even if the mother hadn't been killed and buried in the outdoor shower, um, I don't know. I don't know where I was going with this. My brain just went. But yeah, which also made me think of another thing is a lot of these videos, they can't say certain words or they won't say certain words. I guess they don't know if they can or won't. Because I guess I don't know if they get demonetized or if they don't get quite as monetized. I don't know if they say things, certain words or certain phrases, which, okay, I can understand how some people might just somehow stumble down a rabbit hole where they'll see videos of people, giving accounts of true crime story things or stuff like that, where there are some, stories of people hurting other people, stuff like that, and people, oh my gosh, no, that's so sad, that's a horrible story, I don't want to watch that before I go to bed. Well, maybe you shouldn't be on Facebook or YouTube or any of those other, video sites and watching that kind of stuff, because, I don't know. It just makes me laugh when there are videos and I feel unnecessarily blank out certain words, and you're like, what is it? What's the whole story? I don't understand, because you blinked out, this word or that word, Usually they're important words to the story. And 9 times out of 10, luckily, I can kind of catch the gist of things, but, I don't know. But yeah, so, I don't know. I'll be honest, I was a lazy boy again today, like I said. Didn't have any kind of walk or exercise. I'm going to be disappointed in myself here soon, I bet. Maybe once the weather starts getting better-ish again. We'll see. I don't know. It is spring, though, so, it's bound to be crazy. Because, today was supposed to be scary, nasty weather, but it's been sunny and perfect all day, except for the fact that it was 50 degrees outside. And then it's supposed to be, sunny and nice. The nasty rain and stuff was supposed to be tonight. And there's nothing. So either my brain just stopped, working as good as it has been for the last couple of years. Or something. But based on the weather from a couple of days ago, I was under the impression that today was going to be horrible and scary and gross and rainy and more tornado warnings and watches and all that. But nope, nothing. And apparently the next couple of days are supposed to be nice. It's supposed to be getting warmer, thank goodness. Oh, I do not like cold. I do not like cold. I don't know if it's not been helpful to have my blood pressure more under control, or if it's happened because of my stroke. That's made it just crazy about, temperatures, but I get cold easier, stuff like that. I'm getting old now too, so I don't know. But the next couple days is supposed to be back up, and I think getting up into the 70s. Sunny. I love that thought. Sunnies and 70s. Open a couple windows. Hopefully it'll be some breeziness. I don't mind breezes. Just this cold, and then like tornado-y wind, scary tornado breeze wind grossness. But yeah, so I figured I'd just hop on here real quick and let everybody know I'm still alive. I don't plan on not being still alive for a while, but who knows. Like I've said before, my parents are only 19 and 22 years older than me, so I might only have 19 to 22 years left. But then, I think my dad's parents my dad's mom, we're not sure who his dad is, but that's a whole other story I might get into someday. His mom made it to her 60s, I think. So, but then his grandmother, his mom's mom, she made it to her 90s. So I think 90, 91. And then on my mom's side, I think, I don't know how old her grandmothers were. I know there was a lot of, medical issues and, stuff like that on her side of the family. I don't think they made it too late, but her grandmother's maybe 70s, I guess. I don't know. We never really talked about it that much. But, and I think her mom was probably about in her 70s or so when she passed away. That's a whole kettle of fish we'll get into someday, maybe. We'll see. Unless you guys make me a Facebook billionaire, then I'm not sharing any of the sordid issues of my family. I have to be secretive and make sure any of my sponsors are happy. Right, sponsors. But yeah, so we'll see. We'll see. Tomorrow, hopefully, it'll be nice. Maybe we can get out for a bit of a walk tomorrow. I don't know if there's anything fun going on in the world. I don't know. But yeah, so I think that's all the really, really the big thoughts I had. I guess I wish I could just find some sort of niche to fit in. I mean, I don't have the resources to investigate, true crime type stories or, science fiction, supernatural type things. Those guys are kind of interesting. I like those guys. And like I've said before, I'm not a young lady, so I don't have stuff like that to, sorry, using my little weak hand to hold the phone here. I don't have the, ability to show off parts that desperate old men will pay me lots of money for. And even if I do, I don't want to do that. Thank you, though. I don't have any daddy issues to work through. Not enough to, show off my bits and pieces, as it were. And again, I don't have any cute little pets to do little voiceovers for, or, I like that. What's that Ozzy Man guy? He makes me laugh. Where it's the animals are always, what did I see the other day? An osprey. There's some folks on a lake helping an osprey who got stuck in the water get out, and it made me laugh. It might be on YouTube or Facebook or something somewhere. I don't know. I just sit in bed at night bored with my mind racing about stupid things and find all that kind of stupid stuff to watch, so I don't know. And then I finally fall asleep and then sleep all day and up all night and blah, blah, blah. A horrible cycle, I guess, to go through on all that stuff. So I don't know how, yeah. All right, well, I guess, like I said, just want to let everybody know I'm still here, still around kicking. I don't have many adventures to try. Oh, I might try to go ahead. I filed a unclaimed money thing through the state, and we'll see. So some of it is probably like, there might be one or two of my, what do you call it? The deposits for when you rent an apartment. I don't know if either of the apartments I did that to would put those up as unclaimed funds. I might have a couple $100 coming at my way or something, or you know. Okay, but I looked it up, and apparently I have a few things I can claim, and I mean it could be as low as like $20, or it could be I don't know. I don't know if there's a limit. You have to do any kind of pay any taxes or anything like that on, but I don't know. The sheet I have to fill out and mail in doesn't need to be notarized or anything, so it's no massive amounts of money. It's not like tens of millions of dollars are coming my way. So, but we'll see. Maybe I'll get out and get that form printed up and sent out. And excuse me. Which unfortunately, I don't really have a printer right now. So, yeah. We'll get that taken care of, though. I can do it. I believe in myself. I can do it. I'll stop by, what's the name of the place? I don't know, one of those office supply places real close by where you can print up crap for yourself. And you basically email them whatever you want to print, and then you can print it up from their little machines. So we'll get that done. I guess the library is not horrible far. Maybe I'll try to figure out how to get there and see if they'll let me. But I need to get a library card I need to apply for a library card first, I guess, to use their computer. So we'll see. So, anything else? I don't think so. I might go to Schnucks again and do some shopping. I really don't have a list of things I always want to get. I'll find recipes and stuff online or whatever, and go, ooh, that sounds good, and then make a shopping list for ingredients, the spices, and various things. I bought a bunch of stuff for I did like an orange chicken recipe not too long ago, and so I've got a bunch of all those like rice vinegar, rice wine, stuff like that. I don't know. All right. Well, I think that's about it for today. And it's Saturday night, so I might watch some Saturday Night Live tonight. My TV up in my room doesn't get Channel 5 for whatever reason, but the one here in the living room does. So maybe we'll watch some Saturday Night Live, or maybe I'll be sitting here and go, oh, I'm tired. Which I am thinking right now, oh, I am tired. It's already 9 o'clock. Excuse me. I gotta go take my medicine. It's time for my 9 o'clock medicine, too. Yay, being old and sick. I love it. All right. Well, if you've made it this far, watching my crazy hair and my yawning and my whining and complaining, thanks for watching. I appreciate it. I hope everyone is doing fine. And thanks for any and all comments you guys leave. And the views. And if you haven't yet, tell your friends about me. Let them know there's a whiny guy who probably has it off worse off than they do, and they'll get, make them feel better about themselves and their lives, huh? I don't know. All I know is I somehow need to figure out a way to make, have people who have way more money than common sense give me all that money. So if anybody knows of anybody who wants to be a sugar mama or anything like that, I am here in desperate need for funds. Because not having a job kind of puts a crimp in my style, yo. All right. I think that's about all I wanted to complain about. Well, again, as like I always say, like I keep saying, This is like a Midwest goodbye, isn't it? Um, all right. Well, I will see you folks later. I hope you're all doing well. And I'm going to go ahead and go. See ya. Bye.